Hey guys, RedPandaMining here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day this video. Okay, I have the, new Gold Shell AE1M. This is the Aleo miner from Gold Shell, the bigger boy one. Actually, I believe they have something called an AE Max, which is like 300 mega hash, but this one here, which I believe is supposed to be like their Echo series for home mining, but this is at about 230 mega hash at about 2,000 watts. Well, for me, I'm getting about 1930, 1920 there watts, okay, at the wall. Now, I have a lot to talk about, Aleo mining overall, not just specifically this unit. Well, Gold Shell units in general, they're kind of now falling out of favor with Aleo mining in terms of profitability because a lot of different Aleo miners are also coming on the network recently. And I think as of recording, this thing makes like $1 a day at like 15 cents per kilowatt hour, residential electric, which is absolutely horrendous. But that's going to tie into the efficiency that this model is doing compared to like other Aleo miners that are all out there. I think everyone knows that Ice River is out recently and it's like 5 to 6 times more efficient than this Gold Shell miner and all the other Gold Shell Aleo miners, which I do want to talk about throughout this video. So thank you to Gold Shell for sending me this AE1M, which actually was supposed to come to me like a month and a week ago, but it was stuck with DHL customs in the US. So I actually already did a dedicated video about talking about all that, and yeah, you should go watch that if you're interested. But anyways, I have it here now, and I think this thing used to make like, you know, $35, $40 a day like last month, and now it's down to like $1 a day, or maybe like $8 a day if you had free electric. So a lot to talk about this. Let me show you the box here. Okay, typical Gold Shell box, all right, just like this. And it did come with the rack mount ears for anyone that's interested in those, also with the screws, and also a power cable, which I actually was sent the wrong one. It goes into a C19 C20 plug into, I believe this is UK or Australia plug. Thankfully, I had my own C19 to C20 cable that goes into my own PDU. But just a quick thing for powering this unit, for anyone that's actually interested in it, I have to say I'm not recommending this unit to anybody. It only supports up to 200 to 240 volt voltage, all right? So this cannot run on 120 volt, all right? So that kind of rules out the, home miner in a sense. And actually it has Wi-Fi as well, which I did verify, it does work. But yeah, there is no like low power mode or anything like that. It's just idle and hash rate mode. And if you're watching all the way up in this far to this video, comment down below your Aleo address and mining pool of choice for mining Aleo. I'm gonna choose a winner after about a couple hours as this video is uploaded so that someone can have 24-hour hash rate of this Gold Shell E-AE1M. All right, so yeah, just before, I'm actually thinking about selling this thing because I can't run this at my house. I have too many other miners that are running right now. And yeah, I think this is a good segue talking about Aleo mining recently. I guess it's the state of Aleo mining. It's been quite devastating recently with the Aleo price going down and a bunch of new Aleo miners that have been coming up. So let's go in the computer and we'll talk about that. Okay, so it's nice that Bitcoin is 109,000, almost 110. I know we were at like 112 maybe a couple days ago. It's pretty nice. Bitcoin's over 100K, so that's all well and good. But Aleo, okay. Let's talk about Aleo. I'm going to talk about its price. We're going to talk about its hash rate, all that stuff. Talk about this Gold Shell AE1M. Also, of course, talk about the other, Aleo miners that are out right now and obviously are more efficient and potentially what's to come. And finally, I just want to also talk about there are still people buying these miners on eBay for absorbent amount of money, which I'm just shaking my head. I just don't understand why people are still buying these, even the older inefficient models, for way overpriced, especially on eBay. I personally, on my store, I actually have the AE box too. I'm selling for $522 US. Okay, so I'm not sure why this guy bought a $900 one just like 2 days ago as of recording. So pretty funny. Anyways, besides the point, let's acknowledge first the network hash rate for Aleo has been climbing over the past literally 2 days. Okay, actually it climbed significantly. I'd say over 400, maybe 350, yeah, 400 G proofs over the past day. Okay, and that's because of the Ice River AE1 lights that have been shipping out, and people have been receiving them and obviously turning them on. So at let's just say at 15 cents per kilowatt hour, I think that's like the national average in the US. This thing's making about $7 a day. Okay, even though I know the AE1 Lite used to maybe make like, let's see, it was slated to make, no, it doesn't have any history about that yet because it just came out. Okay, people are still getting them in their hands right as we speak over the past day. But for this video, the Gold Shell E-AE1M, okay, the one that I just opened up here, okay, when I was supposed to receive this back in April 20th or so, and it was making about what, $32 a day. And you can see, yeah, the price trend of when initially came out, I think it was April 10th, but people weren't really getting them until mid-April around there. And so this miner was worth about what, $3,400, $3,200, $3,100 mid-April. Okay, so 1 month later, now this thing is slated to be about $2,700, which again, I do not recommend buying this thing. So I know miningnow.com right now, as of recording, it shows like it says $6.88 in terms of profit. But I think because we've had such a drastic rise in hash rate recently, the profit calculators are probably adjusting over the next 24 hours. So I'm expecting this to be, yeah, pretty bad for where it is now, where Aleo mining is, especially with the price of Aleo dropping over the past 8% over the past 7 days. So this obviously doesn't help, right? the rising network hash rate for Aleo, and of course the price of Aleo continues to go down because I think there's obviously a lot of people who are selling. Now, just letting you guys know, I've been selling the miners that I've been receiving over the past couple months, you know, the AE box, the AE box 2, I've been selling. Have those, you know, gotten their money back? Definitely not. They have not hit their break even though I've been selling every day. I think I'm not even close. I think the basically to break even is to hold the Aleo and obviously believe that it's going to go back up to whatever price that it could appreciate to. Now, was I willing to gamble something like that? No. Could it still possibly happen? Yeah, of course. For people that for people that are buying these on eBay for over $900, sorry, the AE box 2, okay, I'm not talking about the even more newer efficient models that are obviously much better, which, I mean, yeah, I think you can buy the AE1, AE0 for less than $1,000 now. So I don't know why people are still buying the AE box 2. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, all the videos that I've done with all these miners over the past like couple months, I've said in every single one that I don't recommend buying these miners because look, over the past, yeah, just look at the profitability over the past couple months. It continues to go down and down and down and down and down and down and down. And the story is always the same with a lot of these kind of like low emission coins. I know Aleo is not really, I mean, it's considered low in my opinion. It's only $61,000 a day. You know, it's not like Bitcoin, where Bitcoin's like what, $50 million a day emissions, okay, for all miners. So consider, you know, a lot of these bigger networks that can handle, right, can at least sustain the profitability depending on which miners that you're getting, right, and depending on efficiency as well, and your electricity, of course. Aleo is, you know, just a drop in the bucket in terms of the dollar value that, you know, in terms of profitability for those that are caring about that every day. Now, I understand for people that are getting these, maybe they love Aleo, they believe in the project fundamentally, development wise, and, you know, they're just believing in, you know, hodling and yielding the coin. And, you know, I'm all for that. You know, that's definitely something that I've always preached about when I started, you know, crypto mining. But, you know, would I waste my money personally? This is something I have to ask myself. Am I going to be buying these miners myself, you know, to get into Aleo mining and believing that it's going to, you know, price appreciate in the future? No, personally, I don't have that conviction with this coin. Maybe you do. All right, so if you're interested, check out Crypto Miner Bros. They have it on sale here. Actually, I'm going to be putting mine up on my website, redpandamining.shop. Link down below if you're interested. I don't know what price I'm going to put it at, but it won't be at these prices that you'll see. And if we look at the price trend, it's, I think, at what, $2,700 right now on average. So yeah, it's going to go down further. And I think when, these miners, as people are turning them on, as you guys can see on hashrate.no, the hash rate is considerably climbing here. There is still the potential of Bitmain coming out with their Aleo miner. I mean, that's normally the normal story that comes out with these. Gold Shell comes out with their miners first, and then we got Ice River coming out, and then we got Bitmain coming out. Now, I haven't heard anything. I've heard rumors that Bitmain's coming out with their, they've talked about it already. They had a blog post, literally a blog post regarding, they wanted to create an Aleo miner, but that was back in October 23rd, 2023. So, but it hasn't come out to fruition yet. But I've always kept this in the back of my mind as to why I personally haven't been getting into Aleo mining, especially all these types of models, because Bitmain notably always comes out with something that's a lot more efficient and obviously has a crap ton more hash rate. All right. And I'm expecting Ice River, if they can make the AE1 Lite this efficient, they can definitely make a bigger boy 5 gigahash, 10 gigahash miner, big boy miner, right? These are all 500 watts, smaller miners. So if you think about it, you times this hash rate by, let's just say, 7. Ice River could make a, 2.1, 2.4, 2.5 gigahash Aleo miner. And this is another thing that I kind of touched on in the live stream I did earlier today, that, if there's going to be some type of market making event with Aleo, and in order to, have the profitability come back for Aleo. So XC.com and Gate.io, pretty notorious Chinese exchanges. XC.com is a non-KYC one. So, there's a lot of ability here to, pump the price. And if, ASIC manufacturers like Ice River or Gold Shell or even Bitmain, if they announce their Aleo miner, there's potential that it could be a pump with the coin. And, I'm all for it, right? I'm all for that, as I GPU mined Aleo in the beginning. I think I GPU mined almost 2,000 Aleo. I'm still holding that Aleo to this day. But if it goes up because of those news, I'm all for it. Okay, I'm all for it. But otherwise, anyways, guys, yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I'm just going to end this video with, I know I've been pretty, how do I say it, pessimistic regarding a lot of these crypto miners, especially with Aleo. The reason why I've been that way is because, I just, time and time again, I've just seen too many people burned, with these miners, especially with not only with Caspa, not early on, but maybe the latter half of Caspa mining. A lot of people have been disgruntled, with Caspa mining and Lithium and Radiant, and there are many examples that I could give, right? All these types of models that have been coming out for mining Aleo. We all knew that Gold Shell would always be they're inefficient, and Ice River always comes out with more efficient models. As you can see, the difference here, 5 to 6 times more efficient. I said in a lot of my Aleo videos that I don't recommend, buying these miners because they're going to be bricks. They're going to be unprofitable bricks. Now, I get it. For some people, they want heaters. Maybe you have free power. I get that. If you do have something like that, I'm all for it. Please, again, use code RedPanda on Crypto Miner Bros if you're interested in buying any of these miners. Helps out the channel at no cost to you. But, I understand the aspect of free power, or, you're using it as a heater, or maybe you're just getting into crypto mining. I get all those things. But I guess for a lot of people who are seasoned and, or at least are trying to make money out of this, type of venture, just understand that, maybe you will not see, you're not going to see that break even until, maybe the next cycle, which could be 5 or 6 years away. Well, I know that Bitcoin's been going up recently, but have we seen altcoin season start yet? Not really. Maybe Aleo will have that heyday, but to be honest, I've just been quite disgruntled with a lot of these ASIC miners over the past couple of years, to be honest, and just honestly just burnt out. And that's why I've honestly been talking about the risks regarding a lot of these miners. And time and time again, I have people always reaching out to me and saying, "Hey, Red Panda, thank you for letting me know about the risks involved regarding these miners, because it saves people money, right? And I don't want people to lose money, because I've seen it time and time again, and people are always either stressed out or, you know, try to blame somebody other than themselves. You know, it's always typical like that. But, you know, when I don't have power to control your wallet or for you to hit that checkout button. But obviously, it's ultimately your choice if you want to invest in something like this, miners like this, because of, you know, you believe in the project, or you believe that Aleo is going to go up, or any other coin for that matter, any other ASIC that's out there. There's a lot of different ASICs out there. And yeah, anyways, I'm just rambling. Let me know your guys' thoughts, and yeah, I'm to be honest, I'm gonna be liquidating this AE1M my store, so check it out if you're interested. If not, then I'm just gonna have it there. It's gonna be sitting in the box. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out.